So let me start. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Harihar Singh, and you can call me Hari. And I am a senior security engineer at Wazuh Incorporation. So, on behalf of Wazuh and Incorporation, I want to welcome you to this webinar. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here. So, today we have a packed agenda covering everything from what Wazuh is to where cybersecurity is heading in an AI-driven world to live demonstration. We'll go through 7 topics and I'll leave time at the end for questions. Okay. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay. So let me share my screen first. I'm so sorry. I just need to share my screen.
Can you?
Okay. Let me.
Okay.
Um, Allow me a moment. Sorry. I'm just going to reshare my screen. Allow me a moment.
Can you share it again?
Yeah, I'm on it. Allow me
Okay.
a moment. Yeah, I'm on it. There we go. Um, I hope my screen is visible. I've shared. Are you able to see my screen? Hello.
Yes, everything is okay.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect, perfect. So let's get started. So let me tell you guys more about myself. I hold the title for Senior Security Engineer here at Wazuh, and I'm embedded in pre-sales team, which means my day-to-day work is a bit different from traditional engineering role. I work directly with prospective customers and partners, understanding their security challenges, demonstrating how Wazuh address them, and helping team evaluate and adopt the platform. So that position gives me a unique perspective. I'm deeply technical, but I'm constantly translating that into real world business context. I've worked across was 4x and 5x environment. I understand SIEM and XDR architecture hands-on, and I've seen how organizations of all size deploy and operate Waza in practice. So everything I share today comes from real conversation with real security teams, not just from the documentation. And I generally enjoy a session like this one because the questions from the audience are usually the most interesting part. So please do use the Q&A. I'll take questions at the end. And if something is particularly relevant, I may address it in mid session. Okay. So let's start it. So here's our roadmap for next 45 minutes or so. So we'll start with an introduction to Waza for context, even if you are familiar with the platform. So this set up the baseline for what follows. Then we'll move into the improvements in Waza 5.0. This is significant release, and I want to give you a clear picture of what has changed architecturally. And after that, the power of Waza CTI, our native built-in cyber threat intelligence feed, which is one of the most exciting addition in 5.0. Then we cover Waza and the future of cybersecurity, the strategic picture, followed by detecting and defending against AI-based cyber attacks, highly relevant right now. So then agentic AI in Waza, an early but official direction from our engineering team. Okay, and we'll close with a live demo and a slide demo about the how Waza analytics works in real time. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so what is Waza? Waza is an open source unified security platform. At its core, it combines SIEM, security information and event management with XDR, extended detection and response in a single stack. It protects both endpoints and cloud workload, and it does this completely free under an open source license. That word unified is important. A lot of organizations today are running separate tools for their SIEM, their vulnerability management, their endpoint detection, and their cloud posture. Wazuh brings all of that into one platform. You get one interface, one rule set, one data pipeline, and one team managing it all. The platform is trusted by some well-known names, Salesforce, Cisco, Zscaler, eBay, and has been downloaded more than 20 million times. So this isn't a niche tool. It's enterprise-grade, production-proven infrastructure. For those in the audience who may be evaluating Waza for the first time, the key question is always, what does it actually cover? And the answer is endpoint security, cloud security, compliance, vulnerability management, threat intelligence, and now AI assisted analysis. All included, no additional licensing required. Let's look at the specific use cases. Okay. So, WhatsApp provides coverage across four core domains. Endpoint security, this is the foundation. WhatsApp monitors every, yes, okay, okay. So, endpoint security, this is the foundation. WhatsApp monitors every endpoint in your environment. Windows, Linux, Mac OS, containers. It does file integrity monitoring, rootkit and malware detection, process monitoring, registry monitoring on Windows, and active response when threats are detected. And then threat intelligence. Waza integrates with MITRE ATT&CK out of the box, mapping every alert to a known tactic and technique. It supports IOC matching, CV vulnerability management, assessment, and as of 5.0, native CTI feeds, which which we'll cover in detail shortly. Okay. So next, security operates. The SIEM layer, centralized log collection and correlation, real-time alerting, customizable dashboard, compliance reporting by PCI DSS, GDPR, HIPAA, and IST, and more. Okay. And then cloud security. Waza natively monitors AWS, Azure, and GCP. It performs cloud security posture management and monitors Kubernetes and container environments as well. Okay. So the important thing to understand is that all four of these are included in the same installation. You're not assembling four products from four vendors. It's one platform, one agent, one stack. Okay. So now let's talk about what's new in Waza 5.0. Okay. So let's move it. Okay. So Waza 5.0 is the most significant release in the platform history. Let me walk through the six key improvements. So first is next gen engine. Okay, this is the headline change. Waza 5.0 replaces the old XML based rule syntax with human readable Sigma based YAML tool. Sigma is an open standard for writing detection rules that is widely used across the security community. This means your rules are now version control engaged, reviewable in pull requests, and compatible with the broader Sigma ecosystem. The detection engine also introduces a unified normalization layer based on the Waza common schema, WCS, which I'll come back to you. Okay. Next, the second one is the simpler architecture and data flow. In Waza 4x, data flow from the agent to manager, then through file beat, and then to the indexer. In 5.0, file beat is removed entirely. The manager communicates directly with the indexer. Fewer components means fewer failure points, simpler maintenance, and lower operational overhead. The agent and the manager are also now fully decoupled, which gives you a more flexibility in how you deploy. Third, expanded coverage. Versa 5.0 ships with a wider range of data sources supported natively out of the box. That means less custom integrations work for your team. It also ships with automated MITRE ATT&CK mapping and broader compliance framework coverage. Fourth one is the native threat intelligence. This is Waza CTI, and it deserves its own section, which we'll cover on the next slide. But briefly, built-in continuously updated threat intelligence, no third-party tools required. Fifth, the new operational pipeline. Normalization now happen on the manager using WCS. Detection then run on the indexer using those Sigma-based YAML rules. So this architecture shift separates concerns cleanly. Collection, normalization, and detection are distinct stages. making the whole system easier to reason about, debug, and extend. And sixth one, the bottom line, all of this translates to a lower total cost of ownership. Simpler architecture means less infrastructure to maintain, faster detection through better normalization means lower mean time to detect (MTTD). Automated response means lower mean time to response (MTTR). So these are real operational improvements, not just marketing languages. So if you are currently running Wazuh 4x, this is the release what planning your migration path for. Okay. So now let's move to the next slide. Okay, let me spend a few minutes on Wazuh CTI because this is generally one of the most impactful feature in 5.0. The headline number, 100 million plus threat indicators, IPs, files, hashes, domains. That is scale of the feed that is now built directly into your Wazuh deployment. Let me explain what that means practically. So in the past, if you wanted threat intelligence in Wazuh, you had to integrate a third-party tool, something like MISP, Virus Total. Okay, configure the integration, manage the API keys, keep the feeds updated, and make sure the data was formatted correctly for Wazuh to use. That's real work and it's ongoing maintenance. With Wazuh CTI in 5.0, all of that is handled for you. The feed is native, it's built in, it updates automatically every hour. You get 100 million plus indicators delivered directly to your manager without touching a configuration file. So the coverage is comprehensive. IP reputation, domain reputation, file has sorry file hash based malware indicators. It is sourced from 50 plus data sources and 100 plus feeds, and it works together with a new detection engine through what we call the loop. CTI identifies a threat indicator. The Sigma engine applies the detection rule, and the WCS normalization layer ensures that threat is caught consistently across your entire infrastructure, regardless of what log source it came from. This is the kind of integration that used to require a dedicated threat intelligence team to set up and maintain. In 5.0, it just works. Okay? So let's move to the next slide. So let me show you how CTI actually flows in the 5.0 architecture. So this diagram here illustrated the direct feed enrichment path. The Wazuh CTI service pushes its feed, rules, decoders, IOCs, IOAs, vulnerability data, and a GeoIP context directly to your Wazuh manager. No middleware, no manual involved. On the right side, you can see the power of WCS plus CTI normalization. When an event arrives at the manager, WCS normalizes into a standard schema. CTI then enriches it, adding threat context, reputation scores, geographical context. The Sigma rules then run detection against the enriched normalized event. This is what we mean by crowdsourced defense cycle. The whole community's threat intelligence applied automatically to your events. The practical implication, you no longer need MISP for basic IOC matching. You don't need separate virus total lookup for ad hoc investigation. You don't need to build and maintain custom threat intelligence pipeline. All of that baseline capability is delivered by the platform. For teams that already have advanced threat intelligence program, CTI provides the foundation, and you can layer your own intelligence on top of it. Okay. So let me sorry. Okay. So let's move to the next slide. So now let's talk about the bigger picture, where cyber security is heading, and where Wazuh fit in that future. Okay. So Wazuh and the future of cybersecurity. The threat landscape is evolving on three dimensions simultaneously: volume, velocity, and sophistication. Volume, the number of alerts security teams receive, is growing years over year. More endpoints, more cloud services, more SaaS application, all generating events. Velocity, attackers are moving faster. The average dwell time before detection is measured in hours to day, not weeks. Sophistication, AI is being used by attackers to automate phishing, evade detection, and accelerate exploitation. We'll cover that specifically in the in the next section. Against that backdrop, organization needs a platform that consolidates detection, visibility, response, and compliance rather than running four separate tools that don't share context. So Waza is positioned for this moment for five reasons. First, transparency, no black boxes IoT stack, unified SIEM plus XDR plus CSPM, one platform covering endpoint, cloud, and network, AI native workflows, not bolt on, but built in, cloud and hybrid and on-prem ready. Your environment doesn't need to fit a specific architecture and no per module license. The full platform is always included. On the right side, below you'll see the tool consolidation. Security teams are reducing the number of vendors they manage. Waza give you a SIEM, XDR, vulnerability management, and compliance in single stack. AI augmented SecOps. AI is now a baseline expectation. The AI assistant, alert enrichment, and analyst reporting will show you are built into a platform. Now, the compliance pressure. Every organization today faces regulatory compliance requirements. Waza 5.0 ships with pre-built dashboard and rules for the major framework, making evidence collection significantly faster. So this is why we describe Waza as a single open platform for the next era of cyber security operations. Let's move to the next slide. Now, the topic that I get the most questions about, AI-powered cyber attack. AI is a dual use technology. It makes defenders faster, but it also makes attackers faster. Let me walk through the four primary AI-based attack vector your team needs to understand right now. On the left, excuse me, on the left side of the slide, how AI is being weaponized. AI generated phishing. Tools like Fraud GPT and Warm GPT can generate thousands of hyper personalized spear phishing emails crafted to match the target's role, their company, their communication style. The traditional red flag, grammar errors, generic greeting, suspicious formatting are completely gone. These emails are contextually accurate and targeted. This is probably the most immediately impactful threat for most organizations today. Adversarial ML evasion. Attackers are now probing ML-based detection models to craft input that looks benign to the model, but execute maliciously on the target system. This is particularly concerning for organizations that rely heavily on next generation antivirus product. The payload is designed to fool the model. Polymorphic AI malware. The malware rewrites itself on every execution, defeating signature-based and hash-based detection entirely. Every sample is unique. So traditional IOC matching doesn't help. LLM prompt injection is newer attack, newer attack class, specifically targeting AI security tools, including theoretically AI security assistant, like the one we are about to show you. Okay. The attacker craft input that redirect the AI's behavior, potentially tricking it into exfiltrating data or bypassing security control. Okay. So these are the threats. Now, on the right side, how Waza help defend against these? So first is behavioral anomaly detection. This is the most important point. AI malware is clever, but it still has to run on your system. It creates process, it opens network connections, it modifies files. So Waza's behavioral detection watches what happens at the system call level, not at the signature level. So regardless of how obfuscated or novel the payload is, if it behaves like an attack, Waza will detect it. Next is file integrity monitoring. Polymorphic malware must touch the file system to execute. You cannot drop a new payload without writing a file or modifying an existing one. Versa file integrity monitoring catches every such modification in real time. MITRE attack mapping. Even AI assisted attacks follow known tactics and techniques. Reconnaissance, initial access, execution, persistence, lateral movement. So these stages don't change just because AI generated the payload. Vaza maps every alert to the attack framework. So even novel attack tooling gets classified by tactics and techniques. Okay. At, then active response. When a threat is confirmed, Vaza can automatically block the source IP, quarantine the endpoint, revoke tokens, and notify your team, all before a human analyst has to intervene manually. And this is how you reduce attacker dwell time from days to minutes. Okay, that's where Vaza can help you to enhance your security. Now, before we dive into demonstration, let me orient you on the threat AI capabilities that are live in Vaza today. Okay. The AI assistant, a conversational interface built directly into the Vaza dashboard. You interact with it in plain English. You can ask it about specific alerts, request CV explanations, get summaries of recent. Okay, sorry. Okay. Get summaries of recent events, or ask it to explain a complex alert in plain language for a non-technical stakeholder. It has direct access to your Vaza environment context. So answers are specific to your data, not generic. AI alert enrichment. Every alert is automatically enriched with AI generated analysis. When you open an alert, you see an explanation of what happened, why this severity was assigned, what the attack chain looks like, and what to do next. This eliminates hours of manual lookup for your tier one analysts. Then AI analyst service. This one is available for Vaza Cloud users. This generates a weekly PDF security posture report delivered by email. It covers protected endpoints, alert volumes, active vulnerabilities, and summary of your current security posture. It's written in plain English, useful for both your engineers and for reporting to management. Okay, so let's talk about the AI assistant. The AI assistant is built on a large language model, LLM, that has been configured with further specific context. It's not a general purpose chatbot. It's understand Vaza's data structure, its alert taxonomy, its rule IDs, and its deployment concept. What is it? It's a real-time conversational interface. You type a question in natural language and it responds with analysis drawn from your live Vaza environment. The the features include natural language alert queries. What critical alerts fired in the last 24 hours? Gets you an instant structured answer, CV and MITRE attack explanation. Ask about a specific CV and get a full breakdown, what it is, which systems are affected, what the exploit looks like, and what the remediation steps are. Real-time metric summarization. Get a summary of your current security posture without building a dashboard. AI-assisted incident investigation. The assistant can walk you through a complex alert step by step, recommending investigation path and remediation actions. So the use case on the right side of the slide from an operation perspective, the reduced time on task for your analyst significantly. Instead of junior analyst spending 20 minutes correlating an alert manually, they ask the assistant and get a structured answer in seconds. It also improves collaborations. You can ask the assistant to explain an alert in plain language and share the explanation directly with a business stakeholder who doesn't have a security background. If something look like this, okay, you can ask question like in a plain language and it will give you a prompt reply. Okay, and you can see on the left vulnerability analysis. You can query the assistant about a specific CV, see which of your agents are affected, and get prioritized remediation steps. The assistant understands your environment context. It doesn't give you a generic CV information. It gives you information relevant to your specific deployment. On the right, alert summaries and threat analysis. The assistant can summarize a cluster of related alerts, identify the likely attack pattern, and suggest next step. This is the kind of analysis that would normally take a senior analyst 30 minutes. So compressed into seconds. I'll show you also this live in demonstration. Okay. Okay. So the AI enrichment, AI alert enrichment. So the AI alert enrichment feature is perhaps the most immediately impactful for day-to-day operations. Every single alert that Wazuh generates is automatically enriched. You don't have to ask for it. When your analysts open an alert, they see AI generated context, a plain language explanation of what happened, the attack chain context, why this severity level was assigned, and recommended next step. So this is particularly valuable for tier one analysis who may not have deep experience with every type of alert they encounter. Instead of escalating every unfamiliar alert to a senior engineer, the enrichment gives them the context to make an initial trial decision themselves. As you can see here, the Mirai is an infamous malware. So something like that. You will get a detailed description about the particular alert so that a non-technical person can easily understand what type of attack it is. Okay. Now, the AI analyst service. So the AI analyst service is the third AI capability, and it's available to Wazuh Cloud subscribers. It generates a weekly. Okay. It generates a weekly security posture report and delivers it by email automatically. No configuration required once it's set up. What does the report contain? An AI analyst email with a histogram of protected endpoint and alert volume, the number of active vulnerabilities, and a plain language summary of your current security posture. The full AI analyst report then provides an overall security posture assessment, detailed alert analysis, vulnerability analysis with prioritization, and endpoint by endpoint analysis. The reason this matters, most organizations struggle to produce regular security reporting for management and for compliance audience. So this automates the process every week. Your CISO and your compliance team receive a structured, readable report without anyone having to manual compile it. Okay. If you are Wazuh Cloud customer, this is available to you today. So the slides show the actual format of the AI analyst report. The tables, the alert breakdown, the vulnerability summaries, the endpoint analysis. What I want to take away from this report is designed to be readable by a non-security audience, a CFO, a CTO, a compliance officer. They can read this report and understand the organization's security process without needing a security background. So that is generally difficult to produce manually. Wazuh automates it. So this report format can also serve as an audit evidence. It provides dated structured records of your security posture over time, which is valuable for regulatory compliance frameworks like ISO 27001, PCI DSS, and others. Okay. Okay. So let's see the AI assistant feature that I want to show the demonstration. Okay. Allow me a moment.
Excuse me, Hali. Hali, you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah, Hali, I think my staff it just give you a wrong the period of time, but you still have a time now. Just go for demo something that you want to show. You have 25 minutes left. No problem.
Okay.
Okay. Go
I
ahead
think
for it.
yeah, I have covered most of the part. I think only demo is left and then Q&A. So do I need to re-demonstration?
It depends on the time that we have. We have just 25. You can show what you want.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem, no problem.
Okay.
I'll
Okay. Thank you.
I'll just
This is
prepare
your take your time.
yeah, sure. So I'm just going to showcase the how AI assistants work and how you can ask the question in real time. Okay. Now I'm just going to showcase you about the AI assistance feature. And I'm going to ask a simple question in a plain language, like analyze the alert from the last 30 minutes, like something like that to show you. So I've just asked the question, analyze the alert from the last 30 minutes, and basically it takes time while analyzing. It depends on your system performance as well. Basically, analyzing in real time and having the model context protocol to give you an answer. It requires a lot of GPU and computation powers. Okay, so how much you are going to enhance your system for getting all these analysis in real time. Okay, so it totally depends how much data you are asking for analysis. Okay. So now you can see I have just asked the question and it's give a summary, like the total number of alert like 30 minutes is 1801. Higher severity critical rule level is 15 plus. Key findings: multiple brute force attack, authentication from the source IPs. Okay, potential lateral movement detected, suspicious COUS-DB activities detected, OT ICS alert PLC process manipulation detected, vulnerability scanning activity, then impact. You can see all these impacts, then recommendation, how you're going to resolve all this, and then the trials. Okay. So you'll get all the information if you ask, and it is totally related to your generated alerts in your environment. Okay. So that's how it works. You can see here all the tags and related information about the AI assistance feature. Okay, and if you like asking any other question like analyzing brute force alert or so on, you can ask simple simple language like analyze the brute force attack and something like that. Okay, and it will give you a prompt answers immediately. Okay. So this is the Wazuh Forex platform that I've integrated with this feature. Okay. So okay. So now talk about the let's take some questions. If you have any question in mind, I'll happy to assist. Am I audible? Okay.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah. I'm asking if anyone having any questions. I am happy to answer all those questions. Before I
Okay.
just want to showcase some 5.0 features as well in this demonstration. Okay.
Okay. And
So
anyone have a question? Anyone online have a question? Just like type the question on the chat. Okay. And if anyone have a problem, like want to ask something, feel free to ask.
yeah, of course. So this is the 5.0 interface. So currently, let me tell you, 5.0 is in building.
อ่า Harry,
Yes, yes.
yeah, you hear me?
Yeah,
We
I can
have
hear you.
some question about if we want to use this is version 5, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, if they want to use the version 5, this is possible to use on PIM.
Yes, of course, it is. Means you can deploy version 5 as well. And it is available beta version. Currently, we released the beta version for the version 5. Okay. So you can test its capability, but we are in building phase. So currently, we are improving our UI as well. So you'll get a new UI in 5.0. Okay. So it's in built-in phase. So you can use its features and capabilities in 5x to give you a full extent what is new in Wazuh 5x. So you can see in my dashboard, I've just shown here the security analytics feature. In the security analytics, this is the new section, and brand new section in Wazuh 5x. Okay, and here you can see the options of how you're going to creating rules, the coders, how you're going to test rules, how you're going to add the CDB list. So all the everything is changed in in this new release. Okay,
Mm,
now the
okay.
rules are in YAML format, XML instead of XML. Okay, you can see This is the draft, then test, then custom, then standard. So let me tell you what it is. Basically, the draft is the space where you are going to create, or it's like a scratch pad, okay, where you just do some rough work. Okay. If you go for the testing, if you want to test some rules and decoders, you have to promote your draft to the test. So there is a promotion feature. Means if you need to create your production rules and decoders, you need to promote. If you're going to for the production purpose or production use, you need to promote all these decoders and rules to custom. Okay, then it will reflect on the dashboard and work in real time. Okay, now the test is the draft is where you scratch pad everything you write, and the test where you are going to testing your rules and decoders. Okay, you just create your first you need to create integration. Means what type of integration you want to do. Integration means integration, it doesn't mean the API or something like that. No, that's not like that. Integration means the project name. Like if you want to integrate Suricata, if you want to integrate MISP, if you want to integrate something like that, something new, so you have to create an integration, or you can say a project. Okay, so if you create an integration, then you need to add rules and decoders in that integration. Okay, then we need to let me tell you, this is the decoders. Okay, so this normalize the overview having these four features, and standard is the custom is your own rules, own decoders and rules you are creating. Okay, and standard is by default. You will get all this with the platform itself, and this is analyzed. And let me tell you, all these CTI feeds, it will sync the database every hour. Okay, every Sigma rule will be updated automatically within an hour. But if you want a real, if you want to update a new Sigma rule immediately on the dashboard, that's also possible. You can directly go to the Sigma headquarters, copy the rule in the platform, and update it. Okay. Otherwise, it will automatically update your latest security rules and latest security feeds with the platform automatically. Okay, you don't need to push it. Now, let me go to this decoder field here. So these are some decoders, and I can show you the this is in YAML format, the Sigma YAML format. Okay, so these are some decoders, and this is the parent where all the already analyzed and processed uh, or normalized fields are already there. Okay, so you don't need to create a redecoder. So you need to parent this decoder while creating new one. So this is what for the Apache decoder. So you need to point the parent decoder first. Okay, so parents are the basic normalization fields. Then we have the normalization scheme. Is you need to point out your original field name. Like previously, if we are going to integrate different type of products like network devices, operating systems, or any AI integrated any cloud integration, the source IP name remains separate for each and every resources. If we talk about the operating system, there is a source address. In network device, the source IP names supposed to be different, and each and every format supposed to be different. But what was a WCS engine does here is basically normalizing everything under one field, that is source.ip for each and every source IP field, so that you can see all type of source IP related alert in single dashboard. You don't need to create a separate dashboard for the operating systems, a separate dashboard for operating systems, separate dashboard for network devices. You don't need to do that. Every source IP field name remains same in single window. Okay, you can analyze all this. So this is the normalization, the standard normalization was I use it. Okay, then this is the mapping of different fields you can see here. Okay, so this is about the decoder. And if you go about the rules, so here you can see here the malicious connection detection. So I'm just checking this one. Okay, so you can see these are some log sources windows. Okay, and the false positive is already there. These are some fields we have added here. Okay, and the stable, the status, and in this and this new 5x release, there is no rule level like previously in 4x. There is a rule level from 0 to 15, but in 5x there is only high, medium, low, or critical. Okay, the rule level. And also the status stable means this rule is production ready. You can use it for the production purpose. There are some experimental, okay, or standard or something like that. Okay, so if the status is stable means you can use this rule for the production use. Okay, and the rule is enabled. You can see here is true, and this is the condition we have created. So very easy to create. Means if contains condition selection and the threat enrichment connection contains in it. Okay. So as soon as it detects, it generate an alert on the dashboard. Okay. And also let me show you here in the new compliance field we have added in the 5x. You can see here the CMMC, FedRAMP, ISO 27001, which we are which already not covered in previous release. In this version, you will get all these compliance related information as well for the rules as well. So it automatically map all the compliance and all the MITRE ATT&CK framework module, geolocations of threat enrichment. So each type of enrichments is already there. Okay. Now, after creation decoder and rules, you need to create a detector. Means every time you need to generate for specific rule. So it should be triggered. So you need to create detection. So each time detector run, it will generate new alerts. Okay. And KVDBs, it's a replacement of CDB list. Okay. So previously we have CDB list, content database list of whitelisting and blacklisting of your contents like IP address, hashes, like file hashes, domains, and etc. Okay. But in 5x release, there is KVDBs. Okay. So these are some new enhancement in this section of this security analytics section in 5x release. And one more thing, if you want to disable the standard section, the standard delivered section in your environment, you can do that. Okay. So if you click on overview, standard, and then action, then edit, and then status is just, if you click disable, standard will be disabled. Okay. So there is only yours created rules and decoders only. Okay. So that's totally customizable. You can do that. And one more thing I would like to point out here, in 5x release, most of the operations you can perform from the dashboard. No backend access required. And one more thing, no, and after creation rules and decoder, you don't need to create, you don't need to restart the manager or agent at all. So everything in here. And if you want to perform log test, you can perform the log test from this dashboard as well for testing and standard. If you are testing the decoders and rules, you choose test and paste your log, and it will give you a test result. And if it is a standard you want to perform to check whether the rules and decoders are there or not, you can simply paste your login and run, and it will generate an alert, generate an test result. Okay. So this one is the new feature. Another new feature here is this configuration assessment module. So previously, the configuration assessment is endpoint basis. Means if you want to check a firewall is enabled, firewall feature, firewall enabled in one of the endpoint or not, you just need to go to this, open this particular endpoint and check on this endpoint whether the firewall enabled feature capability is enabled or not. Okay. You can, in this configuration assessment, this is the global query. You can ask in real time for all the endpoints in your environment if this particular feature is enabled or not, and it will give a system strength on the basis of number of endpoints you have in your environment. Okay. So this is also an enhancement in the 5x release, along with other rules, decoders, and CTI feeds, etc. Okay. So let me also give you a detection, like how it looks like, the detection, how it looks like. Okay. So we have created some use cases, and again, in this 5x release, there is a finding instead of events. So you'll get only the relevant information in the finding section in the threat hunting field. Okay. And if you click on the brute force attack, we have created some filter for the brute force demo simulations. Let me show you. Okay. So you can see there are some Windows and Linux system. We have performed some brute force attack for the demo purpose. So let me show you the Windows event. So Windows event, you can see the brute force attack coming from some source IP. Here is the source IP, and this one is not in a malicious database list, so it is not flagged. Okay, so it is not flagged. So you can see there is no threat enrichment data. And if I open this Linux one, okay, and here again, and one more thing, the source IP field, you can, if you notice that the source IP field name source.ip, and in Linux system also the source IP field name is source.ip. You can see the normalization is the same for both Windows and Linux, and you can you can see both type of event in single window. Okay, and this brute force attack coming from a non malicious IP, and you can see the threat indicators, the enrichments, like this one detected from I'm using the abuse CS threat feed. You can see this one is the botnet win cobalt strike. Okay, all the threat enrichment fields all already there. Okay, so these are some enhancement in the 5x release, and in 5x release there is a notification section as well. You can create your own notification, whether you are going to use the email notification, Slack, Jira, you want to integrate Shuffle, okay, or Microsoft Teams. You can directly integrate from the dashboard. Okay, and you can configure every mail sender, mail receiver, and so on. So everything you can configure from the dashboard itself.
Harley, we have small time left, but
Yes.
let's conclude what the thing that
Yes,
you
yes,
just have some 5 minute conclusion. Okay.
of course.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
yeah, so if you have any questions, you can just ask, or you simply email us, and thank you once again to Ken Corporation for hosting this session, and thank you all for your time and engagement today. Before we close, I have one small request. Since many of you are either already using Wazuh or actively evaluating it, your feedback is genuinely valuable to our product team. So if you have thoughts on features you'd like to see, pain points you have hit, or capabilities that would make a real difference in your environment, please share them. Okay. And if you want to follow up, either you can go to our website, or you can mail us. Okay. And of course, you can go to the community as well. We have a largest community in the world. You can go through Slack, Google, Google Groups, or Discord, Telegram. So we have certain channels for the communities. You can post your feedbacks, and you can ask anything in Wazuh slide in Wazuh directly via the email as well. So, and also thank you everyone. Thank you for your time and patience.